Being passionate about what you do adds richness to your life. I hear it said all the time, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. True, and you still have to make money. So I know there's a lot of us out there who are seeing this, who want to have that better life. You have that job, that W-2 that you need to do, and I'm not bashing that or knocking that at all. I mean, I did it myself for many years until I wanted more. That's the turning point. If you're not happy with what you're doing, then it's totally up to you to decide to do something different. Hey, what's up, all of my real estate peeps? This is Brian Lucier with another episode of the Why Not Real Estate Podcast Golden Nugget, where we will take a tip, tactic, or technique and unpack it for you, our viewing audience, to use in your tool belt as an entrepreneur, real estate investor, a more successful person. And today, I want to peel back something that's been in the back of my mind. Funny segue there. Today, I want to talk about mindset, mentors, and mastery of what you're trying to do in your life. And I want to give you some tips today on things you can think about, and focus to get to where you want to be and what's going to be important to you in your life. So, on the show, I've interviewed hundreds of successful entrepreneurs, and over again, mindset is the underlying linchpin for their key to success. Having a balanced life is not easy to achieve. In fact, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. The resonating theme I keep hearing with successful people over and over again is having the right mindset to get started and balancing your life. To balance your life, you have the four pillars. You have your love and your relationships. Next, you have your health and well-being. Then you have your gifts and your work that you share with the world, those special talents that you do that share your creativity with your society. And then finally, there's the freedom, the financial freedom of your time and money. Love and relationships. If your life is out of balance, this is usually one of the first spokes on the wheel that takes a hit. If you're overcommitting to one of the other areas, working out too much or working too much, or not taking your time to enjoy life or your health, then life usually has an impact on those personal relationships and your family ties, not being able to be there for those soccer games or those date nights or those dinners, or loved ones or families. My mother, I'm trying to get out of here early tonight. I'd love to have dinner with my mother. These are the things that you're never going to be able to get to replace your love and your relationships in your life that helps you to feel whole. Moving on, next is your health and your well-being. If you know me and you've seen me in life, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was almost 300 pounds. And today I'm about 215 pounds and probably in the best shape I've ever been in my life. My weight now is the weight that I was in college when I was 20 years old. So, how do you treat your body will be how your body treats you. Nutrition, eating right, this is the best medicine you can do for your body now. Steve Jobs said, if you don't eat right now, or eating good food now should be your medicine, or later in life, medicine will be your food. And it's not easy waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning and getting ready to go to the gym. It was 1 degree outside today. It's winter time here in New England. And believe me, it was not fun crossing the street to get into the gym in shorts and sneakers. Again, it's all about the mindset to get you out the door, knowing what you're trying to achieve. A couple months ago, well, actually, this story goes back a few years. When I was in the losing weight part of my journey. I was doing a lot of cardio, a lot of abs, but not much weightlifting. So where I go to the gym, there's a trainer there. He's a legend on the island. Shout out to Renee Wild. Renee, you're the man. Absolutely. He's just rock solid and he's right on spot. So he watched me over a couple of years doing what I did at the gym. And finally, he pulled me aside and said, Brian, you've done well. You've done good. You've done exceptional, but you're not going to get any further. You've hit a plateau. You've done what you've done and you've got your body to the point where it needs to be. And this is as far as you're going to go. If you want more results, you need to do more work. And then he offered, thank you so much, Renee, to assist me and to coach me. And I absolutely said, absolutely. So after a couple months of sessions, he would, see me in the corner of the gym, say, hey, do this or try this or correct this technique or try adding weights or do it this way. Until finally he said, look, I want to coach you. And I said, please do. So my last trip back to the island, for 6 days, we documented a routine. And I got to tell you, that has made all the difference for me over the past 2 months. Renee, my personal training coach, has set me up with these routines over the past few months that have made such huge progress for me. Instead of now just going through the motions, trying to come up with a routine, oh, what am I going to work on in the gym? Well, maybe I'll do abs or maybe I'll do carbs or maybe I'll do this. He has given me targeted, defined workouts for sections of my body which I want to improve. Having a coach for me is everything, not just at the gym, but in life, in business, in work, in families. There's so many ways. We'll get into that in just a minute. So I'm going to post up a little video here now that you can see. This is me at 6 a.m. in the morning at the gym on the leg lift machine, pressing 720 pounds. Now, if you would have told me a few months ago that I'd be doing this, I'd say you're absolutely crazy. I'd be lucky if I could press 120 with my legs on this machine. In fact, I'd never even been on that machine, so I never knew. My restricting mindset said, I've never done it, I can't do it. It wasn't until he opened me up and said, do this, try this, do it this way. And I says, okay, now I know I can do this. And it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So I started to challenge myself. So I have progressed, as you can see in this video, from doing 120 up to 720 pounds. Now, I understand you're seeing this and say, whoa, no, I don't want to do that. And that's fine, because the goals I've set in my life are not necessarily going to be the goals that you set for you. For me, my health has been a long journey to lose the weight and to get into the best shape of my life. And I feel that's where I am. But it's something I had to set my mind to it and then work on it every day and stay focused. So for me, here I am. And I was talking with my office manager today, and I feel great and I look great. And I'm not ashamed to take off my shirt. Not going to do it here on this video. But yeah, I'm in the best shape I've been in my life since my 20s, and it's been 40 years ago. Next, your gifts in your work. Being passionate about what you do adds richness to your life. I hear it said all the time, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. True, and you still have to make money. So I know there's a lot of us out there who are seeing this, who want to have that better life. You have that job, that W-2 that you need to do. And I'm not bashing that or knocking that at all. I mean, I did it myself for many years until I wanted more. That's the turning point. If you're not happy with what you're doing, then it's totally up to you to decide to do something different. Your work should be centered around a purpose. Why is it that you do what you do? I don't just show up and clock in and watch the clock and say, okay, I made this much this hour. And by the end of the day, I made that much. Why am I showing up? Why am I doing my job? Why is this important to me? Those gifts that I bring into the world, it's my work, and it's also the hobbies and what I do in my life that defines who I am. I hear it said all the time. Entrepreneurs will say, you need to know your why. You need to know your why. Why do you want to invest? Why do you want to be a property manager? Why do you want to do real estate? And if money is the answer, it's probably not the best fit for you. I was texted a while ago from a friend I have on the island, and they said, I hate my job. I want to do what you do because I want to make money. And I had to tell him, look, if making money is the reason you want to do this, then it's probably not the best fit for you. So I offered to sit down with them, look at their life, and just look at it and what would be the thing that they would feel the best about doing. And they didn't take me up on the offer. In fact, I never heard back from them. When the time comes, if they want to maybe see this video and reach out to me, I actually thought of 3 things that they could be doing in their life today without much of a change and not having to quit their job. Here's the problem I saw with that. Hating what you do to go to something else is not the reason to go to something else. The reason you want to go to something else is because you want to do that and you would love your life if you were doing that. So you need to know your why. And I hear it all the time. You need to know your why. You need to know your why. I had a really smart guy on one of the shows who said, before you need to know your why, you need to know your who. Let that one marinate for a minute. You need to know who you are at your core level. What is your purpose in your values? What are your values? What makes you up? What's your fiber? What are your non-negotiables that you want to live in your life? Integrity, truth, commitment, dedication. These are some of the things that you need to define in yourself that no one else can define for you. Now, I just said 4 things that I find important to me. I don't want you to just scribble those down and say, okay, that's my secret code to success to follow what Brian does. You need to know who you are. What's most important to you? What might be important to one person is not important to another person. And that's going to totally structure how you approach how you go about getting that. What are those special gifts that you do bring to the world? Do you dance? Do you paint? Are you an artist? Can you sing? Do you provide acts of service? Are you committed to making your community better? Are you a good listener? Are you a good friend? What are those good things that only you can do? And are you doing them? And you may find some of those gifts may bring you to a path of joy, enlightenment, and peace in your life. I have for myself dreams and visions of where I would like to go with my talents, and my work life is going to promote my creative life, and that's fine. And for me, that works. That's the way I've built it for me to make sense. Again, that might not fit for you. Each one of us has to go through their own personal life journey for what this means to them. Don't get hooked on the trap of looking at others around you and seeing what fulfills their life and thinking that's going to be the magic blue pill that will fulfill your life. You need to identify and understand who you are and then build your world around your core values. The freedom of time and money, that's probably why you're watching this podcast. You want a better life. It's so easy to get onto YouTube and do a search. How can I make extra money? And I'm focusing on mindset first here. If chasing money is your end game, then you're probably never going to be happy. You're going to be like my friend on the island who switched jobs to make more money but ended up hating what she was doing. Finding your passion and having a life balance to pursue your dreams will bring richness into your world. Sure, it's great to have money and not worry about the small bills and the small things in life, but having peace and balance sometimes can be worth more than having the money. And, some people are probably raising their eyes saying, I've been poor and I've been rich, and it's better to be rich. And I agree, because being poor brings problems and issues that you don't worry about if you can afford it. If you're on this podcast right now, you're probably here to try to figure out how to make money. Being an entrepreneur, real estate investor, investing, that's great. And you're in the right place, because there's a lot of other podcasts here and a lot of other content and interviews that we cover that will help you get those golden nuggets to get where you want to be. Just know going in, that's only one pillar on the balanced life of your table. Financial freedom is only one, and then the other three that we mentioned. You still need to put in the effort in these other areas in your life to be content, to be at peace, and to be happy. And again, this is not something someone can do for you. This is only something that you can do. No one can do this for you. Right now, I'm reading a book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I hope I said his name right. Shout out to Matt Peranian. He was on one of my podcast interviews, and he recommended this author, recommended some of his books, and I'm loving the book. Again, it's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. To break down this book as its basic level, what your mind feeds your body, you will get more of. Let that marinate again. If you're a happy person and your outlook is happy, you will be a happier person. If you're an angry person and life gets you angry, life will make you more angry. It's what you're focusing on. If you don't take care of your health will get worse. If you do take care of your health and well-being will get better. What you focus on is where you will grow. What you focus on, you will get more of. If you focus on good and positive things, better and positive things will come into your life. If you focus on negative things, loss, not having enough, then you will continue to get more of those things as well. It all comes back to your mindset, and where you focus your energy becomes your mastery. And you get to choose what you think about and how you want to think about it. You're totally free to do that. Once you understand who you are and what you want, the next step is to find people or resources to help get you there. Even the billionaires I've interviewed have mentors and coaches to keep them on track with their goals. You need to find somebody who's been there, done that, and can show you the way to save you time, tragedy, expense, frustration, and get you to the freedom that you truly deserve. I'm not saying you need to find a coach for every single area of your life. That could be overwhelming and expensive to keep track of all that. Some of these things are really easy to do. You can log on and watch YouTube. You can search for any topic or purpose that you're interested in. You can grab a book for a couple of dollars. Or if you need that intense, serious coaching, like my good friend Renee Wild on the island of Aruba, then dedicate the time and budget to make that happen for yourself. What you focus on, you will grow. Whatever you're focusing on, you're going to get more of. And the more dedicated, disciplined, and focused you are on your target, the faster you will achieve your results. And remember, it's different for everyone. What works for Joe doesn't necessarily match for Mary, and what works for Mary doesn't necessarily fit for Frank. Know who you are, know what you want, know your why, and then find a way. And if you can't find the way, find someone to help show you the way. If you want success, if you want great relationships, if you want great health or financial freedom, you get to choose and you get to decide. Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, is a great blueprint for how to get started, how to think, how to just structure your mindset. This can be the compass for your journey to achieve your goals in your life. If you know where you want to go, you will get there. If you don't have a destination plan or don't know where you want to go, you will end up there as well. I hope this one has put a little spark under you, got you a little pumped for the new year coming up. Again, we're focusing on mindset, mentors, and mastery, trying to put this all together into a nice little 15, 20-minute clip to help you get motivated to take action and get to where you want to be to have a better life and experience. Okay, there's another golden nugget for all of you, all my real estate peeps, real estate investors, rock stars, entrepreneurs, all those people out there who are thriving to get a better world for themselves. I hope this golden nugget was of use to you, and I really look forward to seeing you here on the show again. This is Brian Lucier from the Why Not Real Estate Podcast, Golden Nugget, signing off, and we'll see you on the next one.